Backtesting until unprofitable. Day 139. Let's go. We're doing this 2022, I think. Let's do a few days here. Then maybe next week or a couple of days we can go back to 2020 when I see the first model, then finish it up, see what we did wrong there, and learn from it, discover the patterns of how we are trading. So we can move rounds first off, then daily. Well, new day open. Okay, 3 minutes to the day open. Honestly, I don't know if I will trade this day. Why? Well, we've retraced into fair value gap, right? We retraced into the consequent encroachment of the week, which means like we rejected here, we're rejecting here, so we're kind of inside this range, which is not good for what I would like to see in the markets. And it's Friday. We also have, do you have any PR here though? I don't think so. Just these other blocks, this one here. But did we take this low out? Took it out, this one? Nope, we did not. So it's kind of somewhere here. Probably this price swing, this one could be the one holding price. You can see that it's a series of down close candles from 2021. Retraced back to go to the 1 year, 12 months. Yeah, let's see what's looking like. I obviously think it will be a bullish here because there's no year that's close bullish on any this stuff. So yeah, let's go to monthly then and see. So in the monthly we're in this gap here on this other block. On the weekly we are on this other block as well. So this Friday I think it might be some kind of inside day. Well, so any kind of predictions? Well, we took our previous day low. This is like the one setup for life. I learned it from the one setup for life. Like you simply take out the low, then maybe the high will be the next target, and it's possible that it may retrace into the consequent encroachment of this week as well, but that will be too much. Let's just wait for more clarity in the market. Let's sit and observe and learn. Now we have this beautiful sweep here. So we've got this sweep here, very beautiful. So maybe you might target this previous day as a high for it to be a continuous in range day. And we also took out this inside lows here. So who knows? So no big PY here other than this gap on each. Took out lows from yesterday. Right here we have London highs here. Asia actually. London somewhere here, so we have Asia highs right there. Now on the 15-minute time frame, I'd also like to mark the midnight open to see where we are in price. So midnight open is somewhere around here. So we're currently below midnight open. Okay, and this is the buy side level. I'd like to see price draw to. So on the 1 hour, I'm kind of bullish. So we've shifted up here, create some inversions. So I'd like to see price continue higher. Right. Let's see the open volatility. Market opens bearish, drops, takes out some lows. Okay, so we've already taken out these lows. We're in this gap here and pretty much same to 15, so let's wait and see. Okay, now price starts to be trippy. Can see we leave behind some relatively equal lows, this and this and this, which might serve as liquidity. Now back to 5, it's looking clean, pushed up to the gap there. From this low here to the high, to drop the discount, pushed up again, drop the discount once more. So I think the market's preparing for a rally. And boom, pushes higher. Probably will go above midnight open, then to the intended buy side liquidity. Equal highs get tagged out right before lunch. When you go to the 15-minute, you can see it was clean. I mean, we had the sweep shift right there, tracement to the gap right here. So it's just I was not that clear on the daily, but I think here we could have formed a bias, taking out the issue lows, issue highs. So let's see, do we reach the previous day high, or do we then start dropping? Let's go to next day open. Done with this one here. Price retraces in the afternoon, shoots up into the intended buy side previous day high, and it does that with how am I gonna say this, before market close. You can see it was 15.45. by 4 it had taken out the full target. So when I go back to daily, I'd like to put this in my notes though. It's something new that I learned. Taking out sell side then buy side when we're in ranging conditions will be a very good draw. It's a very beautiful day here. Drilling it down. So this is a new day and new week, of course. Let's do some analysis. So it looks like price is trying to reverse, but not just yet. Consider we're going to reverse yet, because when you look how very bullish we are, you can see that price might tend to, why am I saying price? So the market might tend to move higher to this previous weekly high, and you might be wondering after the note we just taken the why not the previous weekly low. It's because we have this gap here, which means like a retracement to a gap after some kind of shift, so it might potentially push even more higher, but that's my initial draw. Now when I go down to the daily time frame, we have some opening gaps, bam and bam. these are the levels that I'll be looking out for. This is buy side and previous weekly high. And this is the new week open gap. Pretty much the same thing. This one's buy side. So since we're here, we might maybe retrace into the gap, then start seeing some pushing high. So I'm bullish on today, but overall on the whole structure of how price is looking, I'm bearish. Okay, let's see how it's looking like. So close here, open here, draw back to the gap at the open. So there's not much here, and here we also have a fair value gap from the Asia. London gets taken out. I think we'll trade before market opens today though, because it's already looking smooth. So we have this sweep. I'd like to see this high then get taken out, maybe potentially that one. Let's see what happens on the day. Now on the 15, looks like we're trying to reject this gap here, but that doesn't mean that we're bearish. Maybe some kind of retracement before we move higher, or another sweep of this low so that we can move higher. I think it's moving in tandem with the ES as well. Just whoa. Beautiful S&T as well. From the low here to the high, and this shows the NQ's weak, which means I'll prefer to trade NQ on the explosion to the upside. Oh, where did this stuff come from? Okay, so I'm looking forward to this SMT, and you can see that trade ES we were dropping into this thing here, and I had choppy price action as well, but not that crazy as what was on ES. I mean, we didn't have this kind of PA. Okay, actually we did. It's just that we first analyzed it on a different time frame. Anyways, yeah, gap, SMT, sweep. So let's build more confluences. So it looks like price would drop, but I'm not confident in it dropping. Maybe some kind of retracement to a gap. I don't think we're gonna drop anytime soon. Okay, market's about to open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So market opens. So here we have a beautiful gap. We have swept liquidity internally. Yep, and pushed higher. Yo, we then explode lower exactly the next minute. So good thing for waiting. We still have this low though. Let's check if we reject. So we end up not taking out that low. And when I see it here, I see how it's looking. Yes. Now this gap I can see it's holding, but we've already taken out this low. So price is extremely volatile now in these first few minutes. So the possible entry for us will be if we get a retracement into any gap here. After all, we are looking at something like this, and buy side level 1 gets taken out, no entry provided. Let's continue and wait. Rebalance, and price explodes to the second level. Where's the midnight open though? Let's check. Midnight open was here. So we were below midnight open, price retraced below midnight open, and then exploded higher. And trace into this new week open gap, put in a fair value gap. Now I'm thinking we're going to reach those all-time highs. sorry, they're not all-time highs here. It's the weekly gap, just the weekly gap. But since Monday is like, okay, in the part of the weekly profile, if Monday is pushing higher, then maybe we'll expect some drop later in the second half of the week to build up like the weekly profile. So we'll see what this is holding. Back to 5 minute. Well, I honestly didn't find any entry inside here, except for this drop here, which we didn't retrace the discount as I wanted it to. Okay, as I thought it would. I shouldn't want it to, because I don't know who thinks it cares about him. Absolutely no one. It doesn't care about you, man. So the market ends up driving all the way up without us, and after taking out that high, we start having some consolidation moves, and yes, it's busy forming some kinds of SMTs. We didn't get the entry, so let's just let it move. Now let's go back to the daily, so you can see how previous day was a very big success, and I put this on the fib. We're not yet in premium. Okay, we're in premium as of now, so let's see where price is. We'll take a turn, or if it doesn't, that's also okay. All we would like to see is just a couple more. Okay, so now we have a shift inside up here. Triangle shift, but it's a temporary one. And when I zoom in, wake up to this, some lows here, liquidity resting low there from yesterday. Take out this high. We're in a 4-hour fair value gap, so buy side target, potential buy side targets are those. Potential sell side targets are rebalancing this move here, which would mean retracement to maybe this gap, this 4-hour gap here. Let's see how we build conviction over time. So when I got the 1 hour, you can see that fair value gaps that we expected, tracing to them, push, auto block, retracement, push. So I think we'll run through this. After all, we're not deep into premium for us to have high time frame souls. So I'm looking for some buys in here, possibly. A little back to the 1 hour. Have this beautiful gap. That was from Asia. Now some London moves. Here we have a shift internally and a very beautiful 15-minute gap. I like the open to drop into that gap, and then look for some beautiful buys. Okay, so we end up dropping below the 1 hour gap as well. Let's see how the one is looking like. So end up sweeping the low of the 1 hour gap, Let's see if we can frame an entry anywhere inside of here. So that's the hourly close outside of the gap, but the next hour opens outside of the gap, so this gap absolutely not gonna get respected, I think. Well, I can't say we can find sell. We can find sell here, but did we have any sweep prior to that except for this purge above buy side? Discount, and we've shifted structure internally, and I'd like to see this sort of block potentially hold. Can as well drop to this one, but I'm giving high stakes this one because you can see it's coupled with a fair value gap. So we're at 1036. What will be the target? I'm thinking these relatively equal highs here. Let's learn from this and see. So obviously stop will be below the order block, target high there, and I will take some partials once we reach at least here or here, like the middle of the range. So let's see. Bad boy and cute bad boy should move higher. And stop out. And no way. Beautiful delivery, honestly. Did Eve take out his eyes? This one's here. By a tick, but it actually did take them out. So, yep, absolutely took them out. So we're wicked out. Boom, wick. Price pushes high. So let's see if this was an OTE. Beautiful, optimal trade entry. So cool to have extended that stop there. I don't know. All I know is that this entry would have been a good one, because you can see price had fully dropped into OTE, even though we don't have a strong fair value gap inside this price leg. Price did all it can to offer effective move. So I think PM session will rebalance and then obviously head to the target that I was looking for. Let's see what happens to the PM. Consolidation. Last stall trading ends up pushing out to the target, which is really beautiful. Now, next they open, put on the daily, and they check. So, that's the profile here. Next fair value gap will be there. And the weekly, we're deep into the gap so far. I see that we're in above this 0.75 level, and we've touched this down close, this up close candle here, which is an OB. So back to the data. We also have beautiful gap, which we might obviously return to. But are we in discount from this high to this low? Yeah, well, we're not in so much discount. Are we in premium? Why am I saying discount? So we're in premium, not so much, but when we anchor it off of this low here, we'll be in premium. But I'd like to consider this whole move because this move wasn't balanced. You can say pushed into premium a small bit, dropped, but here premium small bit. So we might also drop, but I'm open to any ideas that the market will present. It's just that I think we would first at least take out this low, hit the order block, then reverse. We wouldn't just reverse like the order block to participate in the move as well. But we have to be open to both ideas and just refer to what the market shows us. So we have this gap here on the 4H. It's potential to have a rebalance, which was from yesterday. Do you have any news today though? Yeah, we had ADP. Oh wait, remember this is NFP week, so it's not bad. 1H then. So we have some gaps inside here, and new day open gap inside here as well. The price might potentially drop to this low here. After rejecting it, then means that we continue to this high and potentially this one as well. Now I got the 15. It's a beautiful takeout of the highs, London highs, and London lows are already taken out, which means this New York might be a consolidation, since we've already taken out the lows and the highs, but we still have Asia lows. So as they're lurking around, we might take them out to 1H. I don't see nothing much except that we impressed the gap there and we've shifted. 15 shift. If the open opens with an aggressive move to the upside, then we would look for sells towards the Asia lows. But the open already drops into the gap, which clearly confirms what will be close to happen. Now down to the 4, 3, 2, 1. Everything looks the same. Another drop lower. Okay, so look at this. And look at this. So terminal is looking beautiful. Now, the fact that this is a week is honestly discouraging me, but overall, this is beautiful. Tracement to discount, we have this beautiful thing here. It's a 2-minute order block here, and I'd like to see it buy. I don't think we will reject this gap. It's was a 5. Put 15. Oh, 15 looks like we've got this big, beautiful wake. So you'd stay cautious there to get yet another shallow drop, and I don't think this is an OTE range. So full short of this high here, but ES also didn't take it out. I wonder. So I'm still bullish on the day though. So yet we get another sweep internally, and well, the most recent high will be this one. So I haven't got a shift. This is the sweep, and we get this out. Okay, so we've created the market shift here. So if I would go lower, obviously we would find other patterns, and you can also see that we have change in state delivery followed by this gap. So this would have been another playbook entry. So now after creating that, we have an internal order block. I'd like to see make us push higher. Internal framework, so 5, 4, 3, 2. No, higher time frame gaps, but order block inside 1 minute. We have some gaps, but well, this move was rebalanced. This whole move, I don't think we will rebalance this whole move here, but look at this one here, fully rebalanced though. So I'd like to see the full expansion, maybe potential to these equal highs there. Remember, it's NFP week. To end up facing another loss, leaving us back at break even. So AM session's done. Let's go to the next day open. Now on the daily, we have started the bearish move, and we are already in this gap here. So I'd like to sit and see what price will do. Let's remove this. So I'd like to see price run it through and continue lower, because obviously this move here, we're already in premium, so when it drop, it looks like we won't have to reach this other block. But since we started here, well, we can see that this thing here, this low was tapped into, so I mean, it makes sense that it can start dropping as well. So we're bearish. Back to the daily. So the target will be obviously to fill this gap. So potential target will be the low end of the gap, and we also have the new weak open gap here. Go back down to 1 inch. Friday closed somewhere around here. This is Friday closing price, Monday opened here, leaving behind these two beautiful close. So respect the gap and this daily open gap, push higher into it and drop. We have an internal fair value gap here down to 15. We don't have anything specific on the 15, but all I saw on the 1H is that we respected this thing here, and we've also respected some gap internally there on the 1H. Yeah, just this. Yeah, and we created an inversion and a shift, and I think we had some news as well. Non-farm productivity. It's Thursday. Friday has non-farm payroll. We'll sit and then watch what happens. So 15, we've already dropped. We might expect a shoulder replacement. Maybe this gap, maybe this one. Not that one because it was more deep into premium. And I'd like to see it get touched as well. Okay. So we've dropped, we've created an internal shift here and some, change in the state of delivery. Leaving behind this other block, I'd like to see it get retested, but most importantly this gap as well. Okay, so when we put the fib, boom, I think this gap was touched. Nope, not yet. Wait. Okay, so now we can talk. So when we put the fib, you can see that's also OTE of the range. So cells could be placed there, but since we're late, let's place them there. First target these lows. I want to go higher. I'd like to see a 6 months new day open gap. If this news allows, we have this news at 10. Oi. Perhaps a news at 10. Let's see if we can reach there. But yeah, let's just risk 1%. The thing I'm doubting is news might actually push higher and manipulate once more before putting in the move, but whatever happens. Okay, back to the 1 minute. Until this is actually the news happened here. I don't know why I was so afraid of the news. The news would manipulate, yeah, blah blah blah. Okay, consolidation and swap. So very unlucky of us. Then we end up taking out another inside low here, inside high actually, sorry, and looks like we're starting to maybe cool drop anytime soon, but let's see, let's let the market tell. We're not trying to predict here. 1 minute, drop, create this beautiful delivery, premium, fair value gap, and price drops. So let's see if we drop to that draw. Oh, very beautiful retracement. I'd like to see a drop to the draw on liquidity, that new day open gap. just at the close, touch the gap. Very beautiful. Now stay open. And FP has already done its thing here. What's daily? Looks something like this. Let's see the 4H. And H. This was the market close move, very aggressive. End up taking out the high and then start dropping. So I'd like to see these data highs because data lows we swept them. Let's see how market opens. Back into the new week open gap. And well, daily very bearish, but we're in a gap. Back to 1 minute. Let's risk here. Entry thought process now. So fair value gap with shifted structure here. The reason this is not in my context is because we're in a daily fair value gap. I'd like to see it get rejected this week. We've swept out these beautiful lows, and data highs are my target. So very beautiful sweep. Data highs is the target. 5 minute. We're in a kind of a fair value gap here. So what the hell this is looking like. So let me extend my stop a little bit. Let's see maybe if these data highs can get taken out. So we got a very beautiful push, but ES has already taken out the highs, so we can't keep holding this because it's an SMT. And NQ also ends up taking out the highs, so I think maybe I should hold it. I think I could have held it, but what I've learned so far is an SMT that's not aligning with your context could be poisonous, but I'll ask. Anyway, I think that will be all for today's trading.